Hey there, welcome to the Captain Cosplay YouTube channel. My name is Trail, and today I'm going to be showing you how I made the hat for my Sci-Fi Link armor. I started by making a pattern for the chin piece. I cut it out of paper and taped it together to see how the pieces would fit together. I tested the look on the mannequin head, and then tested the fit on my own chin. I cut the pieces out of 5mm craft foam and scored lines on the back with my wood burner where the pieces would need to fold. The sides of the chin were cut at a 45-degree angle on the inside edge, so that the chin piece would have the right shape when it was glued together, which I did with contact cement. Before I glued all of the pieces together, I went over them with a few passes from my heat gun. This both heat sealed the foam as well as softened it so that it would hold its shape when I glued the folds together. Once the pieces were all in the shape I wanted them, I glued the edges together. Once I had the chin piece fully assembled, I rounded the edges with my rotary tool. After that, I moved on to the pattern for the side pieces. I put down a layer of spray adhesive on my mannequin head and stuck a piece of a plastic grocery bag to it. I then covered it in duct tape and marked out my pattern. I cut it off of the mannequin head and transferred my pattern onto paper. Then I cut that out and cut two mirrored pieces out of 5mm craft foam. The piece has a hole for my ear, which I put in the design for two reasons. I wanted to have Link's trademark Hylian ears visible, since they usually stick out from under his hat. This part of the design is also what keeps the hat on my head, by hooking onto my ears and maintaining tension with the piece of elastic that will be added later in the video. I rounded the edges of the side pieces, and then I moved on to the forehead. I made a pattern and cut it out of 5mm craft foam. I then cut out a foam triangle for the center of the forehead and rounded the edges of both pieces. I marked the center of the forehead and used contact cement to glue the triangle in place. I then used my heat gun to soften the foam and bend the forehead piece into shape. Then I softened the ear pieces and rounded them out as well. After that, I put contact cement on the ends of the forehead pieces and glued it to the sides of the ear pieces. Then I used both contact cement and hot glue to attach elastic to the chin piece and the ear pieces. Before I started painting, I taped off the exposed elastic. I then sprayed the solid parts of the hat with multiple layers of Plastidip in order to seal it. Once that was dry, I moved on to a metallic silver paint. I particularly like this specific silver spray paint as it's just shiny enough to look almost chrome, and it's not as dusty as other silver spray paints, which is a big issue that I've had before. I taped off the triangle on the forehead and painted it gold. Then, when everything was dry, I pulled the tape off of the triangle and the elastic. Now it's time for the fabric. I couldn't find the kind of fabric I wanted, so I ordered an extra large green hoodie online and cut the fabric from the back. I cut out a triangle about 2 feet tall and 3 feet wide at the base. The base had to be extra wide since it was going around my head at an angle, but I ended up trimming it down by a few inches. I sewed the edges of the triangle together, and then I glued the fabric to the foam parts. I used contact cement and went along the edge about an inch wide. I started in the center of the forehead and went down along the whole piece to the base of the ear pieces. And there you have it, a sci-fi version of Link's hat. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you're interested in seeing more videos like this, I have more Sci-Fi Link tutorials on the way. Consider subscribing and ringing the notification bell if you want to know when those videos come out. Also, consider checking out my social media if you want real-time updates and sneak peeks as I work on new projects. Also, I forgot to mention while I was recording that I will have patterns available on my Etsy store, so check the description for a link to that website. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.